going. And
Hello.
let me apologize to everybody right off the top. I saw some people talking in the chat. Okay. Yes. Yes, I fell asleep. All right.
It's okay.
Um, I don't give myself enough time at night to sleep, and then my body gets mad at me. And almost every actually, I've been pretty good about fighting the naps recently, Justin, but the last 2 days I have not been able to fight them. Um, my body has just said, "Hey, this is what's happening," and I'm just like, "Yes, sir." And that's what happened today. I was watching something on YouTube. I was watching a live stream because actually, Justin,
Yeah.
since you and I live pretty much, we're a state away from each other.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're aware of the bad weather we're about to get.
It's gonna be crazy. Yes.
When's it supposed to hit for you?
They said between 10 and midnight.
Same for us.
Yeah.
So I was actually on YouTube watching a live stream of this guy. His name is Ryan Hall, y'all.
Yeah.
And I was just watching his live stream. There's it's going through like Missouri, Louisiana and stuff right now, and there's already been a bunch of tornadoes that popped up from it. So should be
Gosh.
exciting, Justin. Should be exciting.
Super. Super. Everybody be safe. It's if it's gonna affect you. So
Yeah, if you're in the Midwest at all, take care of yourselves. So because we're about to go through it. But Justin, how you doing?
doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Besides this crazy weather that we have going on, it's been a good week so far. So far, I'm getting a new like work studio set up for my comeback on YouTube making videos. So, and for these streams. So, I wanted to get something nice. So, nicely going. But no, things are great. Things are absolutely great. How about you?
Things are all right. I was gonna say I saw you post. I saw you post that the other day.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a little nook, little
Kind of
YouTube nook.
in it right now a little bit. So, I'm waiting for I got a new desk coming, so that's going to be nice, a lot bigger. And so it'll be nice to have that space where I can go and create content and do these streams with you. So
Yes.
I just got a new microphone, but I need the right headphones for it. So this will do right now, which I like this. This is nice and convenient. So
Yeah. Well, I want to say what's up to everybody. Lamontre, Mark, Ali, Quentin,
hello,
Zach,
hello.
Rudy. Gonna keep going. Oh, I'm pretty sure is that everybody. Erica. I don't want to miss anyone. Oh my God, what
Hello,
am I
hello,
doing?
hello.
Davey, what's up, Davey? Yeah, y'all. Joseph, how's it going? Yeah, I don't even know what it was that woke me up. Like my body. I guess I just like woke up on my own, and I see
Yeah,
the first thing I see is a text from Justin, like streaming still, and I was like, son of a bitch.
it's okay.
Uh,
No worries, buddy.
I've done this before, by the way. I've done the napping thing before, and then woken up and been like, "Oh crap, I napped," and so yeah.
No
But there's a
problem.
lot to talk about today specifically, guys. What I wanted to do was Justin and I are both known as like Halloween guys because we both love Halloween.
It's our
So
passion.
yeah, everybody always puts us in that category of like, oh, you're a Halloween guy, you're a big Halloween fan, and sometimes that has a negative connotation to it, but Justin and I don't allow that to stop us from being Halloween fans
Nope,
and
not
proudly
at all.
proclaiming that we are Halloween fans, right, Justin?
We are. I mean, this is the first horror movie franchise that I fell in love with. Carpenter's Halloween is not only my favorite horror movie, but it's my favorite movie of all time. And yeah, I have a big passion and love for this franchise. And there's
Yeah.
not a lot of downs for me. Like, I don't think there's a lot of downs with this franchise, in my opinion. So,
Well, there's not, but in my opinion either, and I'm biased, but today's topic was going to be going through each movie one by one,
mhm.
and each one of us picking our favorite moment, our favorite scene, whatever, however you want to quantify that from each movie. Now, believe it or not, Justin, this is actually kind of hard because I found myself thinking about this the other day, actually. And I was like, man, that's kind of difficult a little bit to like sit there and think about like what moment or what scene from any given
I know.
movie is your favorite and why. So it should be exciting. So I want to let everybody know in the chat. Oh, what's up, Apollo? What's up, Ben? I want to let everybody know in the chat that I want to hear yours as well, and I'm sure Justin does too.
Please. I would
We
love
want,
to hear.
yeah, we want to have this conversation. We want to hear everybody's favorite moment, and if you want to as well, you can also list your least favorite moment of each movie. But without further,
Wouldn't that be challenging if we had to do our favorite moment and least favorite moment from each movie?
it would
Not
be. That's why I only did like the favorite. You know, I'm
okay.
like, oh, well, if we had to go through least favorite too, you know what I mean?
It
That's
would be hard.
oh,
It would be hard.
although I could probably do it. I could probably think and go, yeah, this is my least favorite part of each movie, but
Yeah.
no negativity today,
No
only
negativity.
positivity.
Positivity.
So,
Way to
Justin,
be.
starting with you and starting with the original 1978 Halloween, I want
Mm.
to know if there is a moment or a scene that you think back on most fondly with this movie that stands out to you the most.
Oh gosh. I mean, there's so many moments with this one. Um, I'm gonna go with the scene that I really remember the most, like having an impact on me when I was really young. Um, and it was the scene, and it's a very simple scene. I mean, you can go through so many of them, but it's the scene where Tommy Doyle is um, looking out the window, and he first encounters the boogeyman standing across the street um, in front of Lindsay Wallace's house, and like it's just like the shadow of him, like just this dark figure there, and that scene like terrified me as a kid, and I love how it was directed. I love how dark and eerie and just creepy it was, um, and it was the first time that Tommy Doyle encountered Michael Myers.
Mhm.
The first time he saw him, and of course, Lori doesn't believe it at first, and Lindsay's like, "I believe you, Tommy." Um, but I mean, but that scene right there, that's when I first saw Halloween, that is the scene that really got me. And so and then later on, he looks out the window again and you see Michael carrying Annie Brackett's body in the house. So those
Yeah.
moments for me really get me the most. But obviously, you have that opening and then the scene where you think Michael's dead, but he like sits up from off the floor. So
Yeah.
but yeah, what about you?
So first of all, I want to shout out Norris. Doris, hello, welcome, and
Hello.
thank you very much for the generous $50 super
Thank
chat.
you.
Norris says, "Hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're well too. I know Justin hopes you're well too, right, Justin?
Yes, I hope you're well. Thank you, Norris.
Have you guys seen the 30th anniversary Halloween 6 figure from NECA? Looks awesome.
No,
I haven't seen it.
I haven't. That's weird. 30 years. Wow.
Oh god,
30
it makes me
years.
feel old. And then also, what do you
Makes me
think
feel old.
happens first? Grand Theft Auto 6 drops or a new Nightmare movie gets announced? Uh,
I'm gonna. What do you think?
believe it or not, I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto 6.
I'm gonna go with that one too. I mean, I'm not a big gamer, but um, yeah, I don't know when we're ever gonna get another Nightmare movie. It would be
Well,
awesome.
it's funny that you mentioned that because I guess New Line's
Working on that
boss,
4K release.
he said today he did an interview and he was asked about it. and he was like, they asked him if there was going to be a new Nightmare movie, and he said, "Soon, we hope soon, but
Yeah.
it's a rights issue." So
Ah, okay.
that tells me, yeah, that's probably not on the horizon anytime soon. And for some Nightmare fans, that's probably welcome. They're probably like, "Oh, thank God, we don't need a new reboot." But for me, that's somebody that wants to see Nightmare live on in any kind of
Same.
iteration. That's a bummer. I'd like to
Same.
see it. But
Agreed.
thank you. Thank you very much for that super chat, Norris.
Thank
I hope you're
you.
well. Sean,
Yes.
Team Tina. Oh, we're gonna get there, Sean. We're gonna get there.
Oh,
Don't you worry.
100%.
Yeah. So for me with the original Halloween, I always think back to the sequence. I think the sequence that is my favorite, undoubtedly, is from the moment. And I guess it's more than just like a scene. It's really like I think I've timed it before. It's like 17 minutes of
Yeah.
the moment that Lori is checking on the kids to make sure they're asleep. Then she
Mhm.
does the slow walk across the street to the Wallace house and then discovers everything in there, runs across the street. But in actuality, I'd probably say her sequence of, falling over the banister, running through the house, running out the house, and then running across the street and the banging on the door. And I don't know how many times you have like mentally put yourself in that situation because I've done it many times of like, how like frustrated would you be if you were like, come on, you little bastard, like come to the door, like I'm about to get
Right.
killed.
Right. He
Um,
takes forever to get to the door.
I know. And it's like Tommy, he's like, yeah. And I'm like,
Who
he's
is it?
screaming.
I'm
Yes.
like,
I know. That's probably my favorite scene. What's
yes.
up, Jamie? And
Hey,
that's
Jamie.
actually, yeah, that entire sequence though, I think is awesome. Like I
Yeah.
think the last 15, 20 minutes of that movie is just I think great. Like honestly,
Same.
and you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love Christina. The keys. Oh, the keys.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I know. Oh Lord. So yeah, that's my favorite moment in the original Halloween. And then Justin, you would say still, like to this day, that Halloween is your favorite of all of them. And do you ever see anything, you know,
Changing
yeah, change in that?
of the franchise.
Yeah.
Mm. I don't think it would ever change, but I could tell you this right now. I think not Rob Zombies. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but Halloween 2 from 1981 is the
Mm,
scariest of the films. Like,
mm,
I think that is scarier than the original. Now, the original is my favorite, but Halloween 2 is my close second favorite, and it's the scariest for me. What about
okay.
you? What would yours ever change?
No, I don't think so. And I get asked this. I've been asked this a couple times, and I understand that some people have this way of looking at it where they think that I've even been like pressed before by people that are like, "Oh, come on, just because it's the original doesn't mean it's the best. Like the original doesn't always have to be the best." You're absolutely right. The original doesn't always have to be the best. Um, I just happen to think that the original Halloween is the best of them.
It is.
So it's I'm not doing it as like an old way of thinking and being like, "Oh, well, it's the original, so it has to be the best." No, I just happen to think that this one's the best.
It's the best
So
one.
I don't see anything overtaking it. I think that also the nostalgia for this movie is just it's so deep rooted for me, like the love
Yeah.
for it that I can't see anything overtaking it. And trust
Mhm.
me, Justin, and a lot of you guys watching know how much I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and I love
I
Halloween
know.
5.
Oh, I
And
love them
like
both too.
but still, you know what I mean? Like it's like I could never yeah, it would feel like cheating on the original Halloween if I picked something over it, you know?
I would too. You know what? The question I get the most though is not like, would your favorite change in the franchise? Mine is, w- would it, would you have another horror movie be your favorite one? And no, just because this is the one that I just absolutely fell in love with, and I will always love this. This is what made me fall in love with the genre. But also, I get the question, is it really your favorite movie of all time? And I'm like, yeah, like this made me fall in love with movies.
Yeah.
and Carpenter, and I love the best part of filmmaking is hearing the making of this movie and how they did have a budget, but they after every shot they would pick up the fall leaves and do
Mhm.
everything to make it feel like Haddonfield, Illinois, and
Yeah.
so I love that.
Yeah, a lot of TLC went into this little movie, you
Hmm.
know? It's just and that goes unnoticed sometimes, like, because there's a lot of movies, Justin, from the 70s and even the 80s that you go back and watch them and you're like, "This hasn't aged very well."
Yeah,
Even
100%.
if we love them, it's like, this hasn't really particularly aged well. I I would argue I do not think Halloween is one of those. Hey,
No.
what's up, J-Dad? How you doing, man? Been a
What's up,
minute.
Jada? Jada,
Hope you're
how are
doing
you?
well, man.
I'll tell
Um,
you a movie I love. You want to know a movie that I think's kind of like
hit
went
me.
down a little bit? And I still love the movie. Don't get me wrong, but I rewatched it a couple months ago, and the original Anime Bill. I
Oh, yeah.
still love the movie. Don't get me wrong, I still love it. But now I'm seeing like issues where I think there's a few moments that are kind of like cheesy. They weren't
Yeah.
cheesy then, they're cheesier now. And also I think the movie's a bit longer than it needs to be. So,
I'm I'm one of the people that prefers the remake to the original, actually.
see, I still love the original, but I prefer Animeville 2 in the franchise over any of the movies, even over the original.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, what's
That's a
up, Curse
scary
Media?
movie, Animeville 2.
How you doing? It has been a while.
Hello.
I hope you're well. Yeah, I actually have been thinking about reaching out to YouTube guys because I know a lot of people have said that they're not getting notifications for my stuff, and I'm kind of wondering what the hell's going on there. Um, let's see. Hey,
I love the
well, here,
original
here,
Anime.
here I am, Jaden, and here we are. You know,
Missed you.
yeah, we're here. Come get you a slice. Come get a dose.
Come get
Um,
come after these bachelors of
yeah,
horror.
come take a bite. All right. So, Halloween 2, 1981. Justin, what's your favorite moment or scene in Halloween 2?
Ah, see, this is the one I have the hardest time with. I think because
You
I feel
want,
like there's so many great scenes in this. Um,
how about mustard?
well, you want mayonnaise or mustard on your sandwich? I love that. I want to be her. I want to be Mrs. Elrod
You
for
do,
Halloween.
you want to be,
I'm gonna be Mrs. Elrod.
do
Harold,
it.
you want mayonnaise on your
You
sandwich?
sleep again.
You sleep again. How about mustard on your sandwich? Um, so Halloween 2. Hmm. Oh, that's a
Halloween.
tough one for me because I feel like there's so many great. I mean, there's great moments in a lot of these, but Halloween 2 for me. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, so right off, I
Right
think
off.
it's I think it's like the way it's lit and just creepy. It's the scene where is it Janet? Yeah, Nurse Janet. She goes into Dr. Mixture's office and she's like, Dr. Mixture, it's Laurie
Mm-hmm.
Strode. You better
Mm-hmm.
come quick.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. I like imitating her. It's great. Um, but it's the scene where she goes in there and she turns the seat around and obviously he's dead. And you have that moment where she kind of like backs up and you see Michael come from the shadows and
Mm-hmm.
from the darkness and this does the syringe in the eye.
Yes.
And I think that's that moment right there. Like again, I think like when I think about Halloween 2, and I think the first time I watched it, that's the moment that really stood out for me because I think the way that whole scene is lit and directed is so good, so good.
It is. That's a great moment, Justin. That
Yeah.
is a great moment.
How about
Um,
you?
so I've thought about this one, man. And believe it or not, I was going to make a joke because we were joking just a minute ago about the Elrod sequence and stuff. But I actually think that's
Yeah.
my favorite moment of this
Moment.
movie. The entire sequence of
Yes.
him sneaking into the Elrod house. He's in the background when you've got the shot of Mrs. Elrod and Mr. Elrod, and he grabs the knife and then he creeps over to Alice's house and she comes outside he hides up against the house, walks in, and then kills her. I love that sequence.
Yeah.
There's something about that sequence. It's like that sequence to me feels probably the most like anything from the original Halloween movie, honestly.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
Suspenseful, long tracking shot type thing. And clearly that sequence in Halloween 2 is the inspiration for the tracking shot sequence in 2018. It is
Yep.
that sequence. I think that's the inspiration. But
Yes.
I think it's my favorite moment in the movie.
That's a great moment. I love that moment. And I love the moment of where you have Mrs. Elrod watching the news, and right behind her there's Michael just standing there almost watching the news with her, and then he just leaves. So
Yeah. It's almost like
creepy.
he's like, "Oh, are they talking about me? Are
They're talking
they
about me. Talking about me.
I'm on TV, mom."
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, it's honestly, I think that's my favorite
It's a
part
great
of the
moment.
movie. I also really love the part where Deputy Hunt and Loomis are standing outside the Myers house
Oh, my
and
one
they're
of my
talking.
favorite moments too. I
Yeah.
love that moment.
Yeah.
What's the moment where he's like where they're throwing things in the Myers house? This is what did they say? What did he say? This is a
One of their tribe was butchered.
butchered.
This is awake.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
great moment too. And then you
Yeah.
have what's his name? The deputy's name? What's his
Deputy
name?
Hunt.
Deputy Hunt talking about like that moment, like he was like, I was 16, when he,
Mhm.
Myers killed his sister. And yeah, that's a great moment
And
too.
it's funny too when he's like 17, wearing a mask, throws a cigarette down. He's like, maybe we should check his dental records.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funniest part about that scene that people
Oh,
don't talk about enough is that Dr. Loomis is literally handed a cigarette, though we never see him smoke. Deputy Hunt keeps trying to light it, and Loomis is just standing there, and he just takes Hunt's lighter. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what another moment I love in this? It's more heartbreaking than anything, but it's the performance. Is the moment where Sheriff Brackett realizes his daughter's dead. He goes to the house and he like takes off the blanket and sees Annie's dead body there, and Annie's
yeah,
eyes are still open.
you
And
let him out.
you let him out. Like great and underrated performance from Charles Cyphers right there. Like no one talks about it enough. Like that is a great moment in the movie.
Yes. Mark says I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. This
Shut him
man,
not.
he's
He's
not
not
human.
human. I've
All
been
right.
trick or treated to death tonight. You don't
You
know
don't
what
know what
death
death
is.
is. No, the best the best part. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so corny, but like it's so funny when you get the new footage outside the Doyle house where Loomis comes outside. There's a fucking body imprint in the
I know.
grass.
They were like, I wonder if they were thinking, we want to try to make this a shadow, but how do we
Yeah,
do this?
yeah,
And then they were like, well, let's just throw like a body shaped form there. Like, no one will think anything of it. And I'm like,
yes.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, Bud. Amazing Grace.
Grace, come sit
Come
on
sit
my,
on my face.
don't make me
Don't make me
cry.
cry. I
I
need your
need your
pie.
pie.
Bud is legendary.
But,
Um,
oh, and then what is the great moment in that movie? Ah, when Nurse
we
Janet's
saw him in
sitting
that
there.
field walking behind the Lost River Drive-In.
Yeah.
Julie said he was so creepy.
Julie's
Yeah,
full
well,
of shit.
Julie's full of shit. He
He didn't
escaped
escape
so
until
last
last
night.
night. We don't have
We
to
don't have to
swear,
swear,
bud.
bud.
Oh.
What does he say? Julie's she's a
She's a
moron anyway.
Yeah, she's a moron anyway. Every word you say is something something damn.
Oh yeah, she's a goddamn moron anyway. Sorry, I guess I just fuck up all the time. Love it. All right,
I love
Justin.
Bud. Bud's great.
Halloween 3 season
Ooh.
of the witch.
Good one. The
I
night no
want
one comes home.
I want to know what your favorite scene slash moment
I feel
in
like it
Halloween
changed.
3 season of the witch is.
I feel like this one changes a lot because Halloween 3, for the longest time, everybody hated Halloween 3. I'm glad there's a fan base now. Um, but Halloween 3, I think I'm gonna still go with the moment. I mean, it's obviously when you watch the movie after the first time, you kind of see that Ellie's performance at the end of the movie when she's walking around with Tom Atkins' character, that she's kind of changed a little bit. But the moment you realize she's a robot for the first
Mm.
time is the moment that gets me. Like I still love it. I know it's happening. I know it's gonna happen, but I love that moment. Like the first time I
Are you
saw it,
talking
I
about
was
in the
like,
car?
yes, yeah, when
I
she's
d
in the
I
car.
still don't know. I haven't looked up this song in all these years, but I always hear that song in my head when he's going through the radio station. It's something like, "Dreaded the cold rain, you
Yes,
packed
yeah.
your bags," and then, like
Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Um, yeah, that moment for me, that's such a great moment. T. Parker mentioned it, the Co Cochrane's monologue.
Mhm.
That's a great one. But yeah, that moment at the end of Halloween 3 uh is a great one. And then I also love uh the homeless man scene where like before he dies, he's talking about
Yeah.
the factory
Think they
and
hire me, a local boy?
local
Nah,
boy.
turn me down
Yeah.
flat.
I mean, Halloween 3 is so good. Like I
Yeah.
love Halloween 3. Like that one ranks even higher and higher every time I watch it. I love that.
See,
But I'm gonna go with the ending. I'm gonna go
what
with the ending. I still love that.
what does he say? He says, "Saw that bottle, thought it looked pretty heavy. I ain't got
Mind
no
if I was
diseases or nothing."
can I have a sip? I'm like, still, even if you didn't have one, I don't think I'd give you a
Yeah,
sip of my
no thanks, buddy.
no thank you. No. You might
So for
backwash in it.
me
I don't want no
oh,
backwashing in my
god,
alcohol.
yeah, he would, that cheese whiz and
Yeah.
bread that he's for me, it's so, like, Cochrane's monologue does something to my soul.
Yeah.
I think that that is a fantastic monologue. Having said that, for me, it is a very simplistic scene, but it is the
Mhm.
scene of curfew, curfew, and you're
Ooh.
getting these shots of the town as the sun's going down, and you got that music playing that's like boom, 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 boom,
Yes.
and you're just
Great.
seeing like these empty streets in the town. The sun's going down. You get like a wide shot of like the fields and everything. Like there's
Yep.
just something about that scene that it's I compare it to like the opening of Halloween 4. There's
Yeah.
something so simple about it, and yet it just works for me. It sets a mood, and I love that sequence. And I love the little music, and even like the cameras going like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's
You can
just yeah,
yeah. You can also say that like even the opening credits, like ding, 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 dee, 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 like all of that is so good. That's
oh
creepy.
yeah,
I find that creepy in the movie. Like that is a creepy little moment, and it's not even we haven't even got into the movie. It just got into like this opening credit scene that's just so good,
it
and it
is.
was different for the time because we only had what three yeah 3 Halloween movies, and so it was a different type of opening credit scene that we got. So it was
Yeah.
great.
Well, this brings us to what is a fan favorite, Halloween 4: The Return of Michael
Halloween
Myers.
4. Yes.
And a lot of Halloween fans have very strong opinions about this movie and certain sequences in this movie,
Yeah.
particularly the end. Justin, I want to ask you, as someone that also loves Halloween 4,
Yeah.
what's the scene for you that does it?
Oh, yeah. Um, hmm. I'm gonna go with. I always find this which Kathleen Kinmont scene. No, I'm just kidding. I her death, like it's still one of the best. Like that, um, that's one of the best kills in the franchise. Is that whole moment where she walks in the room and she has the tray of tea or the coffee and she's like, "I wish we had some MTV while we wait for the cavalry." I need to be Kelly for Halloween. That's what it needs to
You
be.
should. You get the shirt that says cops, cops do it by the book.
Cops do it by the book.
Yeah.
But that scene, the way it's lit, that kind of gothic feel that scene has with like the candle that she lights, and then you see the dead body, and then Michael gets up from the rocking chair and just like jabs her with the shotgun. Like that is great. That's a
Mhm.
great moment. It's creepy. Like that's a good creepy moment. Um,
Mark
honorable
says
mention.
albino Myers,
Albino Myers.
the bad
Um,
mask.
Yeah, Halloween 4's opening intro's great. T Parker, I love that. That's probably the best opening. Um, another honorable mention I would say is like obviously the rooftop scene.
Mhm.
That's great. But I'm gonna stick uh with Kelly Meekler's death. Like that's a great one. And then the moment where the townspeople go to the police station and they're
Yeah.
talking about, well, Hal's boy died 10 years ago, and you could tell that this town has just had such an effect on what happened in 1978 and what
We're
Myers
gonna
did.
fry his ass.
We're gonna fry his ass.
Yeah.
So yeah, great moments. What about you?
All right. So J-Dad gives a great honorable mention here. I do also love this scene of Reverend Jackson P. Sayer
Yep.
and Dr. Loomis talking in the car. I specifically love when he just starts singing and Loomis can't help but smile.
He's like,
Yes, we'll gather at the river. Yes.
oh, you're a pilgrim, aren't you? I
Yep.
knew it.
Mm-hmm. Um, and I'm actually surprised nobody in the chat has said the end with Jamie Lloyd,
I mean, the
standing
ending's
there.
iconic. The
Yeah,
ending's
with
an
the
iconic scene
scissors,
with the
and you know what she
scissors.
just
Yeah,
did. Like, that's a lot of people's favorite
that's
scene in that movie.
that's an iconic scene. So
But for me, as simplistic as it may be, it's the opening credits.
yeah,
And as someone that has lived in like the Midwest region their entire life,
mm.
October, fall, Halloween, whatever you want to call it, that time of year, and you know this too, has a very specific look and feel.
Oh yeah,
And I think the opening of Halloween 4 captures that perfectly.
yes,
Um, which is ironic because that movie was shot in the spring in Salt Lake City, Utah.
yep,
But it just looks like that time of year, which isn't that ironic because early spring is actually very reminiscent of fall. The only difference is all the trees are dead. They're about to bloom.
yeah,
Whereas fall, that's when all the leaves are falling.
yes,
So, but there's just something about it. It just sets me in the mood, gets me in the headspace, and I'm about it. I'm along for the ride from that point forward. So it's definitely the opening for me personally.
yeah. I love the opening. Yeah, and I mean, you know what it reminds me of? It well, Haddonfield. Well, yeah, Illinois. Like I'd go visit my mom in Illinois, and like it just every time I see that opening scene when I was a kid, it always reminded me of like not exactly the town that she lived in, but that atmosphere. You got like the cornfield and like the barn and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So
It's just great.
and that you hear that wind, like the sound effect in the
I
opening
know.
credits.
Yes.
Great.
VFD 180. Thank you so much for the
Have a
$10 super chat.
birthday.
It's your birthday tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday from
Yeah.
me and Justin. Happy birthday. I hope it's a great one. How old are
Yes.
you turning, if we can ask? And then he says, my favorite moment is the scene in H2 when Lori finds Annie. Yeah, that
I cried in
scene.
theaters.
Oh, buddy, it
I cried.
still breaks me. And I'm
It
not
breaks me
ashamed to
too.
admit it. It still breaks me
No.
down when I watch it. It is so, ooh, ah,
Yeah. It breaks me every time I watch it.
it's,
So,
it's, it's, we'll get to that movie. Don't you worry. It's
oh yeah.
fantastic. But 29. All right. You're almost there. You're
29.
almost there at 30. I've been there for a couple
Yes.
months. Justin's been there a couple years.
I'm
You're
ancient.
you're knocking on the door. Good
I'm
luck
knocking
to
on
you.
the door. I'm gonna be 37 this year, so like, I mean, your 30s are fabulous, darling. Fabulous. Look
Hey, I
forward
don't care
to
what
it.
anybody says, Justin. Your 30s are your prime, and you should
I
act
think.
like it.
I think they are. I think they are. I'll be excited when I turn 42. Be like, prime,
Oh, I
bitch.
won't. I'll have an existential crisis.
No, I won't. I'll try to live. I'll live my life the way I need to.
Hey,
Oh.
I hope that for you, but I'm just telling you for me, when I turn 40, it's gonna, I'm gonna be,
My,
it's not gonna
my
be
only
good.
my only thing about my 30s, you can't tell with the camera, but I dyed my hair the other day because I was like, I don't want the grays right now. I'm just not feeling it. Like this was a couple weeks ago. I was like, just don't want them at the moment, and they were like really peeking out. I look like an X-Men character, and I
You
was
got to
like,
do the
"Ah."
silver fox thing.
Not right now. Wait, I'll get to my 40s and then we'll talk about it.
Justin's not in the mood for the silver fox. He's
Not
not.
right now. I tried to embrace it and I was like, nope, it's taking way too damn long for
Not
the.
today, Satan.
Not today. So.
All right. Well, again, happy early birthday, and thank you very much for the super chat. Justin and I appreciate you very much. All right. Here we go, Justin.
What to be 22 again?
I know,
22
right?
again.
What are you talking about? We're both 22, me and you.
Oh yeah, we are 22, right?
Yeah.
That's it. When I shave, I look 16. That's like.
I know when I shave, I get carded when I shave. And I'm always like, oh, wow, thank you. Thank you
I
so
don't get
much.
carded. I get like the look like. I'm like, yes, I was born in 1988. Thank you I got good genes. That's right.
All right, Justin. Okay. We are now at the movie.
The one that
so many people love to hate.
Everybody hates this one. I don't understand.
Well, they have no taste, Justin.
It's like a fine wine, this movie.
That's right. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Justin, what is your favorite moment in this movie?
Again, another tough one. I'm going to go... Oh, gosh. Oh, it's got to be a tie. Okay, so... I think my favorite moment is the barn scene. I think that whole scene is great. I like the way it was directed and lit and just great. And then of course you have, Spence dying and Sammy, trying to stick up for herself. And she's like, "Die, you son of a bitch!"
Yeah,
that was a great moment. Like I think that whole barn scene is great. I think it's the scariest part of the movie.
Michael, what?
Michael.
I always found that scene to be so ridiculous, Mark, because there's no fucking way he heard her. There's no way.
My other favorite moment, and then obviously the scene in the field where Jamie's running, and you have that moment where Tina's like, "Leave her alone."
Yes.
Great moment. But then another moment that's not even scary. It's not even supposed to be a scary scene. It's the scene where Sammy and Tina are talking. That whole conversation's great. I think tonight's the night. Tonight? Or that whole, like, she's talking about, like, finally giving it to Spitz.
Yep.
And she's like, Satin there, Rachel's? You put a split in my skirt. I love it.
Yes.
Such a great moment. I think today's it. It? Oh, come on. I can't talk to you about this. Come on, Sammy. Like, that whole just great. It's a great moment. Me and my friend Doug love to quote that whole thing.
So I love T. Parker's comment here. When Samuel F. them kids Loomis takes off that little girl's mask with no fucks given, and him saying, "If that girl dies tonight,
if that girl dies tonight,
you're really creepy, feeling that little girl's head with all that boogeyman crap.
Be sensible. I'm never sensible if I can help it." Everybody hates on Tina. I love Tina.
Leave Tina the fuck alone, y'all.
Exactly.
Like I'm sorry, but she clears, in my opinion, Rachel. I think she's such a better character than Rachel.
I love Tina so much.
We needed more people in the Halloween franchise like Tina that were just bubbly and
she's fun spirited. She, you know what? She sacrifices herself for Jamie. And that moment right there just is heartbreaking. I always get sad.
Meanwhile, on Halloween 4, you get Rachel. That's like, we're not really sisters, Jamie.
We're not really sisters, Jamie. I mean, I love Rachel, but that moment, every time I watch it, I'm like cringe. I'm like, why would you say that to a young kid?
Exactly.
We're not really sisters, Jamie.
Well, I feel like there are moments in Halloween 4 where you can tell it was written during a writer's strike or right before a writer's strike. And Alan B. McElroy has talked about that, how they did not polish that script because of the strike. And like the moment where she's like, he's inside. Jesus, where? In the school. Like, no shit.
The moment where, she's a teenager, obviously, but she's sitting at the table and she's like, not tonight. I have that day with Brady.
Yeah. You know how
Well,
important that
being
is.
can't you find somebody else?
Oh my god.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
so,
people.
but and then Jamie's dramatic. She's like, "Sorry, I ruined everything." I'm like, "Oh my god, here we go, here we
Like,
go." Okay, my
oh,
favorite
I got to
moment.
do this real quick for you, real quick.
Yes,
Nick, double
mm,
scoops.
double scoops.
Okay,
So
go on.
my
Go.
my favorite moment in Halloween 5 is okay. This is twofold. So my favorite moment is Dr. Loomis when he says, "I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I knew that hell would not have him." And his voice is like giving out as he says it. I just love that. It's definitely my
Yeah,
favorite line in the movie. Loomis is such a dick in this movie too. Like
he
I
is a
love
dick. I
he's
love
in
him.
Jamie's room and he's like, "Somebody dug up a coffin of a 9-year-old girl." And he grabs it. He's like, "What do you think he's going to do with
Do with
that?"
that.
Oh
I
my
what?
god. I mean, he's like, "Tears won't get you anywhere.
Tears
Help me
won't.
find him. We'll
Tears
find
won't
him
get you
together."
anywhere.
It's like, "Dr. Loomis, leave the little girl alone." He's such a dick in this movie.
If you
Um,
want her, you can have
Dude,
her.
oh my god, come and get your little girl.
Come and get your little girl.
He's just he uses Jamie as bait. Like
I
no, we
know.
don't we
I
do
was like,
not
geez, he went insane in this
we
movie.
don't talk enough about how much of a dick he is in this movie. He's
Oh my
such a dick.
gosh, he is like something else in this movie. I was like, Donald went dark. He was like,
Yes.
I'm going method, really going method in this
But
movie.
honestly, I think and this might be a cheat as well. It's really just like the entire climax of this movie I adore, like in the house, the laundry shoot, um, the chase up into
Yeah.
the attic, except the
Oh, that
part
whole
where the
thing's
dog
great.
is hanging and it's dead and you hear a dog bark. I don't know why they did that, but because Max is clearly dead.
Max,
Um,
no.
yeah. But I love that sequence, and honestly, I think Halloween 5 has some of the better suspenseful moments in the entire series. I really
I agree.
do,
I agree.
and
Even if it's
I attribute that to Dominique Othman and Gerard. I really do. Like the laundry shoot sequence is suspenseful. The car chase sequence through the woods or through the field, and then the sequence of her and Billy in the woods. That stuff
yeah,
is suspenseful. That really is.
Billy,
So yeah, that's probably for me.
Billy, I'll be right back. Leave her alone.
Yeah, I know. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be right back, Billy. Let me just yell now that he needs to leave her alone." What does she think? Michael's gonna be like, "Okay, fine, God."
I really do love that moment. I was trying to sound more like Tina, but I think I sounded like her, neighbor that lived across the street that
Oh
baked
my
cookies for
God.
a living.
Hey, if they're good cookies. Yes, it
I
is the
mean,
Nick Cage mask, and I love the Nick Cage mask.
I love the Nick Cage mask. I mean, we got a lot of masks in this franchise. That's one that gets a lot of talk.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, what's up, brother?
and I
I,
was in drama school, by the way, drama club.
hey, just as
I
I
love
saw your
acting.
first comment. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat,
Hello.
man.
Lots of love.
I'm glad to hear that you've been super busy today. I hope that's work. I hope you got some projects. So that's good. I hope that's a good thing. But yeah, man, enjoy the playback. You're gonna get Justin and I quoting every Halloween movie in the cringiest
Uh,
ways possible.
and
And you know what? It's fun. I love it. So
and
thank you for the super chat, brother.
and if you all send in super chats, I'm not saying you have to, but if you do send in a super chat, I'm just gonna keep every time I'm gonna go, watch out for the boogeyman.
I'm clipping that. I'm gonna clip that, and I'm gonna make that a clip in all of our streams now that I can
You need
play.
to do it.
Anytime somebody super chats, it's just gonna show the clip of Justin going, "Watch out for the boogeyman."
Watch out for the boogeyman.
Well, speaking of watch out for the boogeyman, Justin, we're at Halloween: The Curse of Michael
Yes.
Myers,
Yep.
and
I
I
love
want to
this movie.
know. This is a movie that I know you and I both love.
Oh, I love this so much.
So underrated, so underappreciated.
Yes.
Go
Yep.
could go on and on and on. But Justin, what is your favorite moment?
This one has a lot of great moments.
It does.
Oh,
Ah,
I go back and forth on this one a lot. You know what? It's Deborah Strode's death. My, Michael. Dun, 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 dun.
yeah.
That one, Deborah Strode's death is great. And I love like the blankets that are hanging, and she's trying to get away and she can't. That's
Uh,
great.
She's like
And then
Velma. My glasses.
my
Can't see
glasses.
without my glasses.
Can't see without my glasses. And then the moment I also love what's the brother's name? Not
Tim.
Barry. Tim. Tim's death is great. I just love how
Oh,
that is all, how it's directed, how he gets out of the shower and you have that moment where again Michael just likes, I mean, he literally like just likes to stand in the shadows. He's a very moody person. Michael is. He's just
Teddy,
moody.
kill
Um
for him.
yeah, but he comes out of the shadow and just like cuts his neck and just slowly starts pulling him back. Like it's great.
Into the darkness.
Yes, that's a great. That movie is so underrated and underappreciated. A
Hey,
lot of
what's up,
great
Crazy
moments.
Joes? Yeah,
What's
Mark says
up,
anything with John Strode. Yeah, Deborah, I'm
Deborah? I'm
home.
home.
I love when he's like, "Is it the boogeyman?"
It's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Here I am,
Watch out,
boogeyman.
but yeah, he's like, "Here I come,
And
boogeyman."
I'm really scared.
He's really scared. Yeah, dude. Because like, look, we've all, if we're an adult, we've all at a point in our lives been like, we probably all had a drunken moment
Oh
where like
gosh,
we talk to ourselves like that. I have totally done that before. Okay.
my drunken moment is when I fell off a car.
You did what?
I fell off a car.
What were you doing?
I was sitting on the front of my friend's car. I don't really drink too much, but I was sitting on. This was back when I was in college, and
Oh.
I was. It was late at night. We were by the creek, partying. This is Arkansas days. Sorry, mom, if you're hearing this, I love you. And we were sitting. I was sitting on the top of my friend's car, like the front of the car, and she was like, "Justin, I gotta move the car," and I'm like, "Just drive slow. I don't feel like getting off." And this would have been a really serious thing, but like she starts driving and she doesn't drive like super slow. And then all of a sudden I cannot catch myself. And I like my foot kind of goes under the car a little bit and I go woof, like in the front and I land on the rocks and I'm like, stop the car. Just like, people would be like, Justin, that's terrible. And I'll be like, yeah, it was, yeah, that was
You
me.
survived though. You
I
survived.
survived. I'm here. I'm all my
Justin
limbs
lived
are
to
here.
tell the tale.
All my limbs were here. Oh, I didn't get
That's good.
strapped to the car. That's true. So
No, yeah.
that didn't happen.
Okay. So my favorite moment in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers has been my favorite moment since I saw the movie for the first time, because this scene actually freaked me out the first time I watched this movie. Like, it genuinely unsettled me. And it doesn't so much anymore, but it's really, really effective. And that is
Yeah.
the scene where Kara is across the street and she's on the phone with Beth, and
Mm.
she's warning Beth, you're like, "Oh, he's right behind you." And the slow-mo stabbing of Beth,
Oh yeah.
and there's this like distorted, like, whoa, like going as he's just like slow-mo going at her. And then you've got like, juxtaposed with Kara, like, great acting right there by Marianne
Yes.
Hagen. When she's watching that, she's like, holy shit. That's my favorite moment in the entire movie. I
Good moment.
love that sequence so much. And oddly enough, not, I wouldn't even say oddly enough, I think my second favorite scene, I just want to give a shout out to this scene, is when Tommy is walking through like the festival, the
Yeah.
Halloween
Oh,
festival
that's a great
thing.
moment too.
It feels so freaking cold, and I love the lights. I love the fall foliage. I love all of that. But this
Yes.
movie, it's no secret. Everybody agrees, whether you like or hate this movie. The atmosphere is on point in this movie. It's absolutely on point.
Oh, atmosphere's great. Okay, I got another great scene. It's the scene where
Hey, see, there we go,
where
Akeem. I picked a good one. I picked a good one.
yeah, where Tim and Beth go back to the Myers house and he's like, Beth, we really like telling the truth about
Yeah.
Michael Myers living here. It was a cold and stormy night.
Yep.
He came up the stairs
She turned around
looking, and
and
he
he
stabbed
stabbed her.
her. Cut
Cut
it
it
out,
out,
Beth.
Beth.
I really didn't know Michael Myers lived in my house. Totally
Dude,
freaks me out, okay?
that guy is such a 90s actor, if I've ever seen
Yes.
one. Like, he's just, oh, yeah. All
I'm
right,
sorry.
Justin.
Okay.
Halloween water.
Halloween
Halloween
water.
H2O.
Halloween Aquafina.
Halloween Dasani. Just kidding, because Dasani's disgusting.
Yeah.
Halloween H2O. For me, this is easy, but I want to hear you. What's your favorite scene in
Oh,
Halloween
H2O is
H2O?
so good. I mean, mm, I love this whole scene. It's from her like sort of chase scene to her death. It's the moment Jodie Lynn Keith's character, what is her name?
Sarah.
Sarah. No, is it Sarah? Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah.
The friend, not Michelle Williams. Yeah, Sarah. Where her whole her whole moment in the movie when she finds her boyfriend dead in the elevator, goes up the elevator, gets her leg basically chopped off, and then the moment that like she just dies, like it's heartbreaking. And you don't want her to die. It's like she's been through all this stuff. She can't move. She can't get up and walk, and he just like whoosh, whoosh,
Mhm.
whoosh. And then you have the moment where they find her body hanging on a light
Yeah.
bulb. Like
Yeah.
that's great moment. And then honorable mention, couple honorable mentions. The opening, the whole opening's great. And then the moment where Lori and Michael come face to face, like that's iconic.
Jimmy been suspended twice already for getting a little crazy with
Or
the
with the
stick,
stick.
all right? Yeah, so for me this one is wow. This one still to this day is my favorite moment when she breaks the glass, grabs the axe, and the Halloween theme
Mm.
starts.
Oh gosh,
And
another
she
great moment.
comes around that she's walking up the street, and you've got this like the camera pans out, and she stands in the street, and it's her silhouette, her shadow, and she just screams, Michael. And as soon as she does,
Michael.
the music just kicks up a notch. And
Yeah,
she's just walking through the campus screaming, Michael. That
great moment.
scene, and again, I know a lot of people prefer 2018 to H2O, and that's totally fine if you do.
Wrong.
I don't.
I
I
don't.
prefer H2O, and
H2O is way better.
yeah, and I think it's because that was the first moment where they came face to face again, and I think that that just carries so much more weight for me because 20 years later, when we got it in 2018, it was cool, but it was like 20 years ago we had this moment for like the first time,
Better.
and it
It
was
was the
like
first time and it was better.
yeah, and I just so but that sequence I think is just whew, buddy. And I've
Yeah.
got my issues with
Oh,
H2O.
oh, yeah. I gotta say, sorry to interrupt you. I just don't want to forget this scene. It's the scene where Lori reveals that she to John, is it John? John.
Yeah, her son. Yeah.
No, what's her husband's the guy that she likes?
Oh, Mr. Brennan, what's his name?
Oh gosh.
Will? Will. Yeah,
Will,
Will.
where she reveals to Will that she is Laurie Strode. Like that whole moment. He sat in a sanitarium for 16 years waiting for me.
Mhm.
And one stormy night, he decides to go trick or treat.
Michael.
That whole thing is
It
great.
happened on Halloween. You've
Halloween.
heard the story. Michael
Yeah.
Myers.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, she's like, now do you want to drink?
Yeah. You
Hey,
didn't like
what's up, Mad Blood? How you doing, man?
what's up, Mad Blood?
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
That's a great moment. That might be my favorite moment right there, just because that's the first moment besides John, where she's told somebody who she is. Like, could you imagine as a person having to hold that in your whole life because you're scared your brother's gonna come back and get you? And
mhm.
she finally lets, besides her son, lets somebody in. And she tells the truth. It's a great
Yeah,
moment.
I agree.
And then
All right.
what about LL Cool J's wife? Like, we need to give her a shout out. Round
Brown
melon, what?
melon.
And what you all talking about right there?
Yeah, yeah.
Cantaloupe, watermelon,
You get me going, and then you gotta go,
gotta go.
Ronnie. Yeah. All right,
It's great.
Justin.
Okay.
Halloween
Halloween.
Resurrection.
I know.
What's your favorite scene, Justin?
Well, I honestly think this is just hands down just one of the best scenes in this franchise, and it's the scene where it's right after what's his face and Donna were in the basement, and then she stays in the basement and she's looking around, and she then realizes that this stuff is real, and you have that whole scene. I love the way it's lit. I think it's eerie and scary where she's running through the tunnels, and you have Michael behind her, and then he finally corners her when she can't escape, and he pins her to that fence, and that was great. That was a great moment.
Zach.
The end credits. Oh, come on. There's
All
some
right.
good moments.
All right, listen. Y'all know I am the resident Halloween Resurrection hater.
By the way, Donna's great. I love Donna.
You know, Donna, you got great legs. What time do
What time
they
do they
open?
open? Would that be
1
1
o'clock?
o'clock?
Look,
Wish we
for
had-
me, there's a couple moments in this movie that aren't garbage. Okay. I'm not one of those haters that insist otherwise. And my favorite scene is what's his name? Harold, the guy
Yes,
that's
yeah.
reciting
Yeah.
Michael Myers lore, basically.
Mhm.
And my favorite part of it is when it like when it's him walking down the hallway and Michael's walking away and he goes, now he's back. I
Yeah.
actually really like that moment. Like I really do. I cannot lie. I also ironically love the moment where Busta Rhymes is watching Watch Young Lee and he's like, "Wah!" And he's like, what does he say? Like, what's better to watch
his
it?
ass,
Watch
get his
Young Lee
ass, get
whoop
his
some
ass,
ass.
get his ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that hurt actually.
Yeah. He's yeah.
It's
yeah.
I love Halloween Resurrection. Dare say it. Probably the only one who says it, but I do love Halloween Resurrection.
Yes, you will be the only one. You will be the only
I
one.
love it for its entertainment value. So,
Justin's
you know
like,
what?
I think it was snubbed that year, personally.
I
at the
thought it
Academy
was
Awards.
snubbed.
I think it was snubbed.
I don't think,
Especially
I mean,
for that incredibly iconic scene of, this is for Rudy.
my favorite moment is when Sarah and Jill, whatever her face is, they're in her room and they're talking about like go into this house and you have that random college guy that comes in. Don't go. That's where it happened. More.
Me and my buddy Dave used to laugh so hard at that scene.
I still laugh. I think it's so great. Don't go. That's where it happened.
Yeah, it has a Rick Rosenthal cameo at Haddonfield University.
That's great. Thank you, Jamie. I love it too. I do.
God.
I seriously love it.
You guys can love it together. You can stay in this little corner and you can love Halloween Resurrection. All right. I won't take that away from you, but I am not joining you in that corner. Because I feel like that corner is going to give me like tetanus or something. Nothing good can come out of that corner.
We're some beautiful people over there. Don't be jealous.
Oh, it's not you. It's what else is in the corner with you. Halloween Resurrection. I don't want to be alone in a room with that movie. Like I don't know what it would do to me.
This is for Rudy.
Oh my God.
And then you got the moment. I really wanted a coffee when she was making her coffee. Tyra Banks, yo, Freddy. She's got the sugar baby thing. She's mixing it around. She's like, yes, I'm mixing it around. She's jamming. She's got woo woo.
Oh my God, no. We should have seen her death on screen though. I'm still pissed about that.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Have you seen the actual death scene?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Horrific. Like it's not even. I love Tyra Banks. Don't get me wrong, Tyra. Girl, Tyra, I love you. Okay, but you cannot die on screen. It is horrible. Oh, Freddy.
Yeah. No, it's bad. It's really bad.
They didn't even put it in the deleted scenes. They were like,
no,
thank you.
They're like, we can't do this. All right, I need a palate cleanser. Justin.
Okay.
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Rob Zombie's Halloween. Favorite moment for me.
I got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me, so I'm gonna be a while.
Rob Zombie's Halloween. What would be
Robert Cummings? That's his legal name.
Robert Cummings. What would be my favorite scene? And
I actually don't know mine yet. I'm thinking of it.
I gotta
Oh,
think
yes, I
about
do. Yes,
this.
I do. Yes, I do.
You go first. Let me think about this.
Okay, so my favorite scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I think it's actually probably one of the most effective in the movie, is when they're talking to Lori out on the porch about,
Mm,
a lot of nutcases come out on Halloween. And she gets in the car and, Mr. Schroed's like, "You gonna give me some loving?" She's like, "I'll give you some loving when you plan a vacation or whatever." She goes inside and he's just standing there smoking, and Michael comes out of nowhere and
I
just
just
hits him in the face with his knife, just like slashes him in the face. And then it cuts to like he goes inside, and then you've got him dropping the body and just like coming after Mrs. Strode. And
mm,
I love when he's like showing her the picture of Lori, and she's like, "No, no," and he's just like, and you see the aftermath of the house, and
yeah.
you get Sheriff Brackett calling, and they have their Halloween voicemail where it's like, "Please leave a message and have a happy
Happy Halloween!
Halloween." Yes. That whole sequence, I freaking love that sequence. I think that sequence is like peak. And then also right after that, I love the sequence with Lori walking across the street with Lindsay and Tommy to go back over to the Wallace house
Mhm.
before they find Annie. I love because that's just got such fall vibes to it. But yeah, it's probably the scene at the Strode's house.
My favorite scene, I thought about this. It's honestly one of the saddest scenes too, and it's the scene where and when people say that Sherry Moon Zombie can act, you're wrong.
Oh,
You're
oh
wrong.
God.
And it's the
Oh,
scene where she like the whole time she's just loves her son even after everything that he's done. She sees him as this little boy.
yeah.
And she finally, I think, at the moment where he snaps and kills the nurse, and she sees like I don't know if she would say it's evil. She just knows that's not the boy that she knows. And she like is on the ground crying. Like that is a heartbreaking scene. And the way they kind of do like the slow motion like effect
Her,
to it. Like it
her
was
and I'm not gonna use the word because I don't want YouTube to flag
no.
me or whatever, but her
But
death
her
scene, I'll just say,
is sad.
it's heartbreaking.
It's very heartbreaking.
And it's actually really frustrating because it shows you that Sherry can act.
Yes. She
Because
can.
I'm gonna be honest, I love Rob, but
It's
there's roles that Sherry has had where I don't feel like she does a very good job. Um, but this is not one of them.
she
I
is
think
so good in this.
she can act. I don't know if it's writing, sometimes the script she has. I don't know if sometimes if she doesn't have a connection to the role, the character, but like she's good as Deborah, and that scene is really, really sad.
It
It's
is a
really
very
sad.
sad scene.
And she's
I s
watching those moments, man, and you know that in what's going through her mind in that moment is like
what did
that
I
little
do?
boy is gone.
The little
Like,
boy's gone.
yeah, that life is gone. That little boy is gone. Everything is gone. And I mean, I'll tell you as a parent, like if my kid was all that I had, and I mean, he kind of is, and he went crazy and killed a bunch of people, and I didn't recognize my kid anymore, and it just kind of ruined my life. I might take the same route as Sherry,
Yeah.
honestly, and that it's just like I don't want to be here anymore. Like this is not,
Yeah.
so it's just it's gut wrenching.
Yeah. I gotta talk about a Meyer scene, obviously, and I think it's a recreation of the original, but Linda's whole death scene is creepy and intense. Like that's a great moment in the movie too. So
Hmm.
great
Yeah,
moment. Great moment.
great moment. Well, here we
Now
are,
on to one of
Justin.
our favorites. One of my all-time favorites.
Here we are at Rob Zombie's Halloween too.
The black sheep of the family.
That's right. Actually, you
One
know
of them.
what? I feel like it gets less shit now that Halloween Ends is out.
Yeah.
So that's good. But
I
Rob
loved it
Zombie's
when it
Halloween
first
too.
started.
This movie is fantastic.
It is.
I
I
adore this movie inside and out.
agreed.
And when I sit here and think about it, I
Okay.
think to myself, what what's my favorite scene of this movie? Because there's so many. There's
Hmm.
so many truly
Yeah.
great scenes. And I'm gonna say one that was said earlier, because I just think that this is I think the best moment. Um if you're looking for carnage, I think it's the hospital rampage by Michael. I love that
That's good.
sequence. That's when you really know Michael's not fucking around. Like
No.
he's pissed. And yes, we
Yes.
find out that was a dream, but it might as well not have been a dream
Yeah.
but I think for me it is when Lori finds Annie.
Oh, hands down.
I remember in the theater just feeling like I couldn't believe because this is the 10th Halloween movie.
Yeah.
We were at the 10th movie in the Halloween franchise, and I'm sitting here watching a scene, and I'm like, "Oh my god. Like this is like deeply affecting me." And
It
like
is very
I
effective.
I don't know why. Uh Scout is great. And you know, Rob said years ago, one of the things he loved about Scout and the reason why he cast her in the role is because um when she cries, she has this way of like, as he put it, falling apart. Like
Yeah.
she just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
And she does in this moment. And it's especially sad because if you were along for the ride, you feel
Yeah.
so bad for both of them because like they couldn't, you know, they still loved each other.
Mhm.
And after what they went through, it really fractured their relationship.
Yeah.
And but to have her dying right there in Lori's arms, and when Lori says, "Don't leave me, baby," it's just
Oh
like,
gosh, ball my eyes out.
yeah, it really, really, really sucks. Like I sit here, I'm talking about it, and I'm like, it's oh man, like it
Yeah.
messes me up. It still does. And then when Brad finds her as well is just insane. Don't tell me Rob Zombie can't direct, guys,
Oh, he
because
could direct, yes.
yeah, he can direct. That's oh
Where
man.
is she?
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
like Mark says, when he finds out that Annie was a victim, yeah, and I love too when he's like, you know, they got a call about a guy in a shack or whatever, and you want me to drive, and he goes, or he says, I think he asks him like if he wants him to go handle it, and he goes, mm-mm,
No,
and looks right at him like he wants to go, like he's like, I'm going.
I'm going.
Um,
Great
some of
movie.
the best acting in the entire series is in this movie,
Hands
so.
down. Like everybody says Rob can't direct, and I'm like, no. Like this movie proves that like he can direct, but also the acting is so good in this. Like
Phenomenal.
and even like I hate even like rewatching it over the years. I even hate when Violet dies because like she's that one friend besides Annie like that like just is there for her, wants to like comfort Lori and like be there for her, and then you got that moment where it's like he just has her on this table and he's about ready to stab her, and it's just it's sad too. Like that, I don't know, that whole thing, whole moment.
Well, what's your favorite scene?
Ah, my favorite scene in Halloween 2. Mm.
Why don't you put your hands down my pants and find out, Wolfman?
Wolfman. Um, I, you know what? I have to. I love the. You know what? A favorite scene of
I do
mine.
know what. What, Justin? I know
You know
what.
what? You know what? One of my favorite moments. I don't know if it's my favorite scene, but one of my favorite moments is also again, we talked about how like people have been affected by Michael Myers, and even if they weren't there, they were affected somehow. And it was the scene where Dr. Loomis is in the bookstore and Annie or Linda's dad confronts him, and it's
Oh
because
God.
fucking sad scene. Okay, we're talking about like people crapping on Rob Zombie. He's got some really emotional scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
You butchered my baby. Get back. You
Yeah. But
butchered
the
my
the worst
baby.
part is when he says like he's like he doesn't recognize her. And he's like, "Should
I
I?
know.
Like, should
That's
I?
so
Should I recognize
sad.
her?" And it's like, dude,
Oh my
you'd
gosh.
think
Like
you would have
just a
familiarized
freaking
yourself with your patient's victims. You know what I mean? Like,
emotional scene.
yeah.
And yeah, yes, the way like the dad like it tries to take him out. Yeah, you don't like that, but
I'm
like
gonna get you, Loomis.
I'm gonna get you, Loomis. Um, and I also love the opening. The whole scene where Lori's in the small little not shack but little building where Buddy was, and yeah, that whole thing was great. Whites
Yeah.
and
Lights and
white
white
sadness,
satin.
great.
I'll never hear that song the same way again.
I know, same.
Cause I love you.
Cause I
Bam,
love
bam.
you. Oh, I love you. Great. I
Oh,
love Rob Zombie's Halloween.
so good.
Oh, and
So
then the
fucking
dream
good.
sequence where you have all those creatures around the table.
Oh my God.
It's a great.
Yeah.
I love Rob Zombie's Halloween
I
2 is
remember
awesome.
one time my mom walked in when I was watching Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and she paid attention for a couple minutes, and she saw the scene where Laurie's having the hallucination. She's like, "Ah, you fucking bitch. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking kill you." My mom was like, "What is this? This is ridiculous." And I'm like, "You just
My
don't get
mom,
it, mom. You don't get it."
my mom doesn't like it either. She's like, "What?" Like, I don't think my sisters really like it either. I could be wrong, but I walked out of that theater and I just absolutely loved it. So
Oh,
I
so
just
it's so good. It's so good.
still
I've
love the
I've said it
movie.
before. I use this word very, very lightly. I do not throw this on just any movie. This movie's a
Yeah,
fucking masterpiece.
100%. I
And I
love
will
this movie.
die on that hill.
Masterpiece. I'm gonna agree with that. That is a master. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2
Oh, it's
is a
it's Rob Zombie's best
masterpiece.
film. I do not think he will ever make a movie as good as this. And I love a lot of his movies, but
Well,
Halloween
you know,
2 has everything. It has everything. Everything.
it's in my
Um,
top. It's in my top 3 favorite Rob Zombie movies.
better get to number 1 quick, buddy.
Well,
But
it's so hard. My top 3 are so hard. So
Justin,
hard. Okay.
now we're
Go
at
to the trilogy.
Halloween.
Hello Green, the David Gordon Green trilogy.
Halloween 2018. Justin, what's your favorite scene in Halloween 2018?
Halloween 2018.
I'm
Well,
sitting here
it's
thinking
not.
about this too because I don't know. Oh yeah.
Well, it's not peanut butter on my penis. That one. It's not. It's not the scene where the cops are discussing food in the car. It's like,
Oh God. Oh
David,
God.
why? Why did you have to? Why? It would have been. It would have been the scene where Allison is running down the street and you have that great music, but then they
Mhm,
cut it off so short. I'm like, David, you could have kept this going a little bit longer because
mhm.
I was really getting into it. I was like, dude, this is great, and then they cut it off. Let me think
Hmm.
about this. I gotta think about this one because I do. I'm a
I no, so
fan.
do I. I will say that T. Parker mentioned one in the chat, and I'll just say that yeah,
Oh,
the bathroom scene,
that
the
is my favorite.
the
Yeah,
first time I watched that in theaters, I felt uncomfortable.
I
And
did
I felt
too.
uncomfortable because it felt so brutal
The
and
bathroom
like
scene.
real. There's something about scenes like that where like Michael was so relentless and like I just and it I think it's
It's the
because it's
bathroom scene.
it's it's such a realistic situation too, like a public
Yes,
bathroom, strange person, like it could happen.
it could.
Broad fucking daylight.
Yeah,
Um yeah, dude. I
the
honestly
bathroom scene.
either that scene or the tracking shot that ends with him putting the knife right through her neck, which I think is fantastic. I love that scene too.
That's a great one. I'm trying to think of other scenes that again, I would have really loved the Allison running through the streets, but they cut it off so quick. Um, but yeah, the bathroom scene. And then I also love the opening. I do love the opening where they go to Smith's Grove. Say something, Michael. Say something. And then yeah, that's great. I love those. You know what? It's a damn shame
What?
they got killed off so early in that movie. I think they are some of the best characters in that movie. The reporters, the journalists. So
They
I think
are.
the whole movie should have been about these journalists not really believing in the boogeyman, and you're carried through this whole film, and it's not until towards the end of the movie that they realize that this is the boogeyman. Like, this
Mhm.
is the guy that she was terrified of, that impacted her life for 40 years. Like, that would have been a great story for Halloween 2018.
I agree. Well, Justin, Halloween Kills,
Hmm.
a movie that so many people love to hate.
I
But
love this movie so much.
a
This is
year
a
later, when
perfect
Ends
time.
came out, a bunch of people kind of backed off of hating this one so much, and they went to hating another one. Halloween Kills. I want to ask you, what your favorite moment in
Oh,
Halloween Kills is.
my favorite moment, hands down, is Lindsay Wallace's whole chase scene and like
Mhm,
her whole, Michael and her one on one.
mhm.
From the moment where she sees the kids on the playground to the moment where she takes those bricks, puts them in a bag, and then she just whacks him over the head. Then you got that moment where he grabs her and she's like trying to take off the mask, and then she runs and hides. Like, I love it. Like Kyle
Mhm.
Richards. I doubt she'll ever watch this. Wouldn't it be amazing if she came across this? But Kyle, I
Hey,
love you.
Kyle.
Hey Kyle, I love you. You're my favorite housewife. But you're also one of my favorite characters in the franchise, and your moment of just, well, I'm talking to her like she's watching this. But you're she might, but that whole moment is great. I love
For
that.
me,
I wanted more Lindsay in this too.
yeah, for me, it's when Allison, Cameron, and Lonnie go to the Myers house.
Oh, that's
Um,
heartbreaking. Getting
I
emotional.
love how badass Allison is in this moment. I think it was the first time in these up to that point in these two movies where she really got to shine a little bit. You know, she's stabbing him. He's fighting
Mhm.
her. Love the fuck out of the
Oh,
score in this moment. Uh, she's at the bottom of the steps after she like breaks her leg, and he's beating the shit out of Cameron. And I love that he messes with her.
yes,
He
it's
drops him, and she's
terrifying.
like, "Oh, like leave him alone," blah blah blah. And he stands at the top of the steps and like looks at her, and he's like,
Hmm.
"All right, I'll come get you." And you think, and then when he's halfway down the steps, he goes, "Wait, hold on,"
No.
and it's like, oh
Yeah.
my god, that's my favorite moment in the movie. I think that
I,
that moment is in the theater. I remember going like, "God
I
damn, like
know.
Michael is
Gosh,
not messing around." Um, I love that
love that
sequence.
moment. There's some. I love Big John, Little John too. They're great.
Oh my god, I know.
Oh, the
Stop,
yeah,
look, listen, it's
Big John,
Halloween.
Little John.
Yeah.
And then I think the best performance in this movie is Judy Greer as Karen. Like she knocks it out of the park in this movie. For somebody who was kind of like split on her character in the first one, like I think she just like is the best thing about this movie. And it's the moment where she has his mask. If you want it, come and get it. And oh, it's such a great moment for her.
See, for me
Stabbing him
personally,
with the pitchfork. Yes.
I
Yes.
think that I think that Cameron, I love his performance the most in this
Oh, he
movie.
gives a great performance.
I
I
I,
just
I love Cameron in this movie. But yeah, Judy Greer does so much more in this movie than she did in 2018. Like she
I think
actually
that they
gets
killed
some
her off.
stuff to do. I feel like in 2018 she was just like,
The nagging daughter.
yeah, she was a nagger. Just she's just nagging all like,
Man,
nah. She's so
man.
mean to Lori too.
She
She's
is
so
mean to
damn
Lori.
mean.
And I'm
Like,
like, I don't care who your husband is. You stand up against your mother. You stand for your mother. Like,
yeah,
come
also
on.
Ray, they didn't seem to care much when Ray died. It's just like, oh, yeah, that motherfucker's dead
Ray
anyway.
died.
Yeah.
Ray
All
died.
right.
I do love
And
the deleted extended scene where she goes into the morgue and she's like, "Have you seen my husband Ray?"
yeah, yeah. Lambkin Lane Productions with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Myers is diabolical in Halloween Kills.
And then Lampkin,
Let me just say something, Lambkin Lane. Let me just say something. I
Lampkin.
have told this to people many, many times. And by the way, thank you for the $20 super chat. I greatly appreciate you, my friend. I believe in my heart of hearts that Halloween Kills Michael Myers and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 Michael Myers are the pinnacle of
Hmm.
Michael Myers. I don't think there are more badass portrayals of the character than
Then
this
between,
movie and
yeah.
Halloween 2. And I've even said, Justin, and I get shit for this. Christian gives me shit for this, but I'm just going to say it.
Ooh, the flashback scene was great too.
This Myers, Halloween Kills Michael Myers, I think he could take Jason.
Oh, I
I do.
think so. I do. I think so.
I do. And some people
I
might
think so.
follow up and go, "Oh, well, what about Halloween Ends? When you get to Halloween Ends, he's just this old, decrepit
We're
man." We're not
talking
talking about
this.
Ends. Yeah.
We're talking about this Myers. Like if
Yeah.
you put him again, yeah, this Myers.
Hmm.
Yes, the flashback scene is great. But yeah, this Myers could take out Jason.
I agree. I agree.
That whole scene, I mean, I love this movie so much. Halloween Kills is like all-time favorite. I
Stop it, Zach.
love. And by the way,
Just stop it, Zach. Zach, don't argue. Just yes.
Lampkin,
Yes.
Lampkin, what? Oh,
45 Lambkin Lane.
watch out for the boogeyman.
There you go. Justin told you he'd do it if you super chatted.
I'm telling you, if you super chat, you're gonna watch out for the boogeyman.
Okay. Well, but that's not a fair fight there, Akeem, because he's dead. Like alive
Oh,
Jason.
live Jason.
Alive Jason. Because
No, we gotta be fair. I think Michael can kick Jason Voorhees' ass, even if he was a zombie.
you know what? I know I'm gonna be biased too, and I'm gonna be a hater, and I'm just gonna say he'd
Maybe
take him.
because I'm a Myers fan, but no, it's because this freaking Michael Myers. I mean, he took out a whole fire not department, but
Yeah, he took out a whole he took out a whole
yes,
mob. And
yes.
honestly,
I mean,
we've talked about this, Justin, and it still pisses me off to this day. And I understand why the scene ended up the way it was because of reshoots and timing and scheduling and all that. But I really, really wish they could have shot that scene outside rather than on a sound stage with limited room because I really
yes,
wanted that sequence to be so much more than it ended up being.
yeah,
It just wasn't strong enough because they didn't have enough to work with there because they shot that on a sound stage because of scheduling
yeah.
and stuff like that. It just happened that way. But yeah, Derek Mears.
I
Okay, I'll
I
raise
think
you
if you
Derek Mears, Jason, and I'll tell you Rob's Halloween 2, Myers.
I didn't even say the first Rob Halloween. No, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
I think he could take Derek Mears.
James Jude Courtney and Tyler Maine can take down Derek Mears. Now, Derek Mears might be my favorite Jason. I don't know.
JC, you're right. You're right. Before Zombie Jason, yeah, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been too hard. All right. Here we are, Justin, the last Halloween movie for right now.
Halloween Ends.
For right now, Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends, a movie that Justin has had a very interesting relationship with.
Love-hate relationship.
But
Hate and love relationship, if we can reverse it like that.
that's right. Roy Burns fears Halloween Kills Myers. You're damn right he does.
You're damn right he does.
Justin, what is your favorite moment in Halloween Ends?
Oh, let's see. Favorite moment in Halloween Ends. Okay, I got some moments. So I love the opening. I think the opening was really clever for a Halloween movie. I even love the opening credit sequence. I think that's great. Hashtag or shout out to Halloween 3. Love it. But I love the whole the junk or car junkyard car part scene. The setting, everything, the mood, the atmosphere where those awful teenagers are taken down one by one. Like that is a great that whole thing is great. I think it's great. And it's directed really well, it's lit really well, the music is great, gives you John Carpenter's Christine vibes
Oh yeah.
all the way. So I love that. I love that. Um and then let's see. I like Nick has said, I've had a up and down relationship with this movie. I appreciate this movie more now than I ever did when I first saw it. And I think Rowan Campbell as Corey gives a great performance in this. So
He does.
it's
He's
not a
fantastic.
favorite scene, but he's great in this movie. So do I
Yeah,
like this?
so
Do I like the scene? Good bad boys don't get custard for dessert. I think that's silly as all be, but it's
well, he
it's
doesn't get
good.
custard.
He doesn't get
He's
custard because
not
he was
allowed
a
to have
bad
it.
boy.
So
Are the oh yeah, the band kid bullies can't stand them. So like when they get it, they get it. So,
yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
For me, and I've said this before, it's the sewer scene. The cave scene.
Yeah.
I just think that scene is fantastic. I love the way that scene is shot. I love Michael in it. I love the way it's lit. I love the music. I love everything about that sequence. Um,
Our
I
band kid.
also,
Sorry.
weirdly enough, this scene is really simplistic, but I've always loved the scene when Corey gets home and he goes in the bathroom and he's just looking himself in the mirror, and you have that music playing, and I think it's called Corey's Requiem. I think is what
Yeah.
it's called, the track. And I just love that moment because in that moment, I don't even think he recognizes himself. And there's something really powerful about that.
Yeah.
So that would, those are some highlights for me. But again, this is a movie that I unabashed. I love this movie. So you'd be hard pressed for me to find a scene in this movie that I'm like, oh, I don't like that scene. Like, there's just so much about this movie that works for me.
And it pleases my buddy Nick's heart that I appreciate this movie now, because when I first saw it, I did not.
Oh, it broke my heart. Broke my heart.
Broke his heart.
Justin made a post on Instagram, guys, after he saw it, and he was not happy. I'll
I
just
was
put it that way.
pissed. I
Yeah.
was pissed.
Yeah.
But now, seeing the movie more than once, I can appreciate this movie, and I know the great things about this movie. So,
I mean,
um,
we all have movies like that. We all
yeah,
have movies where sometimes it's a shock to the system. We didn't expect something, or we don't know if we necessarily agree with the decision they made, and it takes a while for it to grow on us, or maybe it just never does. And maybe we're
yeah.
just like, yeah, that movie's just not for me.
But this one,
Um,
this one, this one grows on me. There's a lot of great things about Halloween Ends that I appreciate a lot. Do I go back and forth? Do I love it or really enjoy it? But I am a fan. Like, I'm a fan of this movie.
Justin, if you love Halloween Resurrection, you have to love Halloween Ends. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
that's
have to.
true.
You have to.
That's true. I mean, yes, that's very true. That is very true. I'm a Halloween junkie, and
Yeah.
I love Halloween candy. I'm a junkie for that. But I'm a Halloween junkie film fan, and I love these movies. So
And you
I
guys
do.
know what Justin always says. He says, watch out for the boogeyman.
Watch out for the boogeyman. We really
So
do
there
need
it
to get
is.
that.
There it
We
is,
really do.
guys.
And by the way, not all band kids are bullies. I saw that. I was like, they are not. These kids were just mean. Okay.
They were. And
First,
people have complained about that too. And like, oh, it's so unrealistic. But like I've told the story before. Paul Brad Logan, one of the writers, he said he wrote that because that happened to him when he was in high school. There was a
yeah,
couple band kids that bullied him. And
kids can be bullies. I don't
yeah,
care who you are.
some
So,
band kids can be assholes, guys. I promise you they can.
all right.
And also, I hate when people are like, Corey got bullied by a bunch of band kids. I'm like, he's an adult. What's he
Right.
going to do? Beat their asses
And
and go
he's
to
and he's
prison?
also mentally gone through something
Yeah.
very, very tragic.
If a couple 17-year-olds came up to me tomorrow and tried to like heckle me and bully me, I'm not just going to start fighting them because that's assaulting a minor. I'll go to
No.
jail.
No.
Like,
All right. No.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't know. But again, anything for people to pick out and complain with this movie. I totally get it, but it's stupid. It's corny. And I just think that like if someone doesn't like the movie because they didn't like the story direction, they don't like the character of Corey, that's totally fine. Totally
Yeah.
fair. But to
I
pick
mean,
to nitpick certain things, I'm like, well, that's just lame. Like that's just
I mean,
weak sauce.
I need to do like a video in October looking back on Halloween Ends. Dun, 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 dun,
Okay,
dun,
but
dun.
but but if you do that, Justin, you have to open the video with like it's like dark, and then
Oh,
it like
well.
fades to you, and you're just like, watch out for the boogeyman,
Watch out
and then the
for
music
the
comes in.
man. Your
Dun,
sister
dun,
would
dun, dun, dun.
your sister would hate it if she found out we did it in our bed. Even when you
When
wear
you wear
partridge
crotchless
guys.
panties and bark like a dog.
I am bad, aren't I?
Well, there you guys have it. Justin and I know I was like 20 minutes late
It's
because I
fun.
fell asleep, but and I know the first 5 minutes I was yawning incessantly.
Yeah,
Um,
it's okay.
is
We
we
made it.
made it. We made it. And we gave you guys our favorite moment from each Halloween
It was
movie. And
fun.
if you guys are watching this in the playback, I want you to comment in the comment section. Let me know your favorites. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us in live chat. You
Thank
guys
you.
A lot of you guys were great. All you guys were great. Everybody that super chatted, everybody that gave us their favorite moments and everything like that. Thank you guys so much. Like this if you didn't like this already.
Please
And then
do.
Justin, I got to say this before we go. Are we going to be good for next week? You going to be ready? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, guys. Justin's picking next week's topic.
Yes.
So,
sweet.
He's got a week. He's got a week to figure this one out. So I want you to think about
a good topic. Really good topic.
Oh,
okay.
Allie came in with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Loved hearing everyone's favorite scenes tonight, and as did I, and as did Justin.
Too. And as I have to say, watch out for the boogeyman.
There you go. He kept his word every time.
I do every time.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Look, we did an hour and a half. Again,
we're good with this. We are spot on with this.
I know.
Pat ourselves on the back.
Yeah. Leave a like on this bad boy. And until next week,
love you all.
We'll see you guys soon. We love you. Take care. And as Justin says, peace.